Hi, it's Senator Gillibrand, and it's a privilege to be joining It's on Us, End Rape on Campus, and all of you for your Title IX Day of Action. I want to start by expressing my tremendous gratitude to all of the survivors who have shared the worst moments of their life in an effort to make sure their peers would never have to go through what they've gone through. And I want to send a special thank you to End Rape on Campus for their unyielding efforts. Several years ago, founders Annie Clark and Andrea Pino knocked on the door of my office in the Senate. They didn't have an appointment, a connection with the Capitol, or any expensive lobbyist. They just had a desire to meet with me and to help other survivors. When they had reported their own rapes on campus, there was no justice, only retaliation. They formed EROC to make sure no other survivor faced the same struggles. Now, Kenyora and Mia are doing an excellent job carrying on that work. Right now, there's a national focus on safety at our schools and college campuses. And when we look at ways to make sure our campuses are safe for students to return to, we aren't looking at the whole picture if we don't address the epidemic of sexual assault and the limitations of the Title IX rules that Secretary of Education Betsy DeVos plans to enact tomorrow. A survey of more than 181,000 college students released last fall found that first, more than 1 in 4 undergraduate women experienced sexual assault. Second, that fewer than 1 in 3 of those women filed a report or sought help from their schools. And third, that sexual assault rates on campus were higher than they were 4 years ago. The Obama-Biden administration recognized that launching It's on Us created new guidance for colleges and universities. Given that information, we should be doing everything we can to make sure our Title IX enforcement policies are stronger, not weakening them or jeopardizing them. They recognize that the Department of Education has a responsibility to keep our students safe and to guarantee fairness to both sexual assault survivors and those accused of sexual assault crimes. Unfortunately, Secretary DeVos has shown that she does not take the rights of survivors seriously. Her new rules would needlessly restrict the definition of sexual assault and harassment and mandate schools to dismiss complaints that don't meet it, even if the allegations are proven to be true. They would also limit a school's responsibility to investigating incidents that occurred within school programs or activities. For cases that do go to review, schools could set their own standards for evidence and allow for the cross-examination of survivors. The new rules also create an option for mediation, which would lead to schools pushing students towards the less public, less formal, and less expensive option. The very least we can is provide survivors with a system that handles their cases professionally and fairly. We know that schools are willing to withhold a diploma for unpaid fees or kick you out if you cheat on a test. We need that same commitment when it comes to addressing violent felonies. My bill, the Campus Accountability and Safety Act, will help us get there. It would establish new resources for survivors, require fairness in the disciplinary process, set minimum training standards for on-campus personnel, create historic new transparency, ensure coordination with law enforcement, enforce stiffer penalties for schools that do not comply. I promise to keep fighting until it becomes law and to do everything in my power as a senator to support survivors and create safer, fairer, and better college campuses. The price of college education should never be having a risk of sexual assault. Thank you all for being part of this movement. Keep fighting the good fight, and I will be with you every step of the way.